Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Afrina Hanani binti Ruzaidi. I will present about unemployment in Sudan with my teammates, which is Muhammad Rafiq Nabil bin Muhammad Nur Syafiqah binti Nur Azman, Nur Amira binti Aminuddin, and Farisha Fatin bin Faisal. Unemployment can be defined as individuals between the age of 16 and 64 who are eager and able to work but cannot find work but are actively looking for work. We will go through the definition. Unemployment is a word that is often heard among fresh graduate students. This situation not only impacts individuals but also communities, region, and the overall economy too. On a national level, unemployment is caused by a slowing economy. There is competition in particular industries. Advancing technology and outsourcing can also cause unemployment. The main reason for unemployment to occur is because of the economic slowdown. Overall, all the businesses need to cut costs by reducing payroll expenses. Thus, the number of workers hired to work is reduced. The consequences of unemployment are not stable financially and can cause emotionally destructive problems for individuals. With an area of nearly 1 million square miles in the northeast of the continent, Sudan is the largest country in Africa. The nation shares borders with 9 other nations, including it to the north, Eritrea, Ethiopia, Kenya, Uganda, Congo, the Central African Republic, Chad, and Libya as it moves clockwise around the Red Sea coastline. Due to its size, Sudan boasts a variety of climates and multiple rivers, the most renowned of which is the Nile, which spans more than half of its length in Sudan and has its two main tributaries meet at Khartoum, the country's capital.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Rafiq Nabil Muhammad Noor, and I'm going to explain to you about Sudan unemployment trend. For information, every country in this world cannot exceedingly more than 4% of unemployment rate percentage to consider as a good year of this country with driven economies. But suddenly for Sudan, they have been experiencing a very worst of more than 4% of Sudan unemployment trend. So if you can see in this example, in the year 2017 until 2022, they have exceedingly go over to 17 until the highest 19% of their own percentage of unemployment trend, and it's not very good. And research say that if you exceedingly more than 4% means that your country is not in a particular good way, and it will show that there will be more poverty, more mental health stress and everything. And so let us continue with another slide. For example, their own sudden for Sudan unemployment forecast rate in 2023 and in 2027. The research say that if, for example, they have war right now, if, for example, the war is repeatedly go over, then their own unemployment forecast rate will go until 30%, 30%, 32%. It's not very good. So, Sudan have experienced very bad on their unemployment forecast rate. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Sharika and I'll be continue to the part of the issue unemployment in Sudan. So there is three issues related in unemployment in Sudan. So the very first issue in education system. The causes of Sudan unemployment can be traced back to the country's actual education system. It's very crucial that the government allocate adequate funds to education for both teachers and students. The country's student schooling and career potential may be harmed by imbalance between education materials and also labor market demands. So, example, the method of studies need to balance with the current worldwide syllabus to avoid the student led from other countries. Also, according to El Sayed, the co-owner and managing director of Synergy Construction, that the Sudanese government has largely focused on the academic aspect of education while ignoring the practical aspect of education that provide the real work experience, which is very crucial for the sector. So, we move to the next issue. The next issue is Sudan current hyperinflation. Monetary authorities typically raise interest rates to fight inflation when it rises. However, rising rates lead to the slower economic expansion and higher in unemployment, which resulted in Sudan inflation rate of 80.73% in 2022. So, as long as the prices keep rising, there will be a decline in the labor force participant, and the company will be forced to lay off a large number of employees in order to cover the production costs. Additionally, the hyperinflation that took place only caused the foreign investor and our company to stop investing in Sudan in order to avoid losses, and which has led to a decline in the number of businesses and job openings in nation. And the last issue is political instability in Sudan. So there are two civil wars ongoing in Sudan right now, and between the South and the central government. War that fought in the nation may have slowed the pace of legal and economic reform, along with ongoing anti-government protests and an increase in paramilitary violence in remote areas. So Sudan continues to face converging political and economic challenges that make the country difficult to unite. So as the government fought to unite the country, protests against it only got worse. So in result, people died, business shut down, people lost their job as a result of the bloody battles between the Sudan Armed Force (SAF) and the Rapid Support Force (RFS).
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Namira. Now let's move to impact of education system. Firstly, the quality of education will be generally poor. In fact, 40% of grade 3 students were unable to read, and just 50% of them could read at the globally regarding level. Among those who could read and comprehend what they were reading, just less than half. Secondly, lack of qualified teachers who do not meet the qualification requirement to teach. Without any formal training and with only a diploma and a university degree, teachers are employed but receive little training in classroom management. They usually teach a subject unrelated to their own area of competence. Thirdly, low government spending of education. For example, has led to an insufficient number of schools, a teacher shortage, and inadequate school facilities. For example, like separate restroom for boys and girls, student days, which has a negative impact in the future. After that, impact of hyperinflation. First, high unemployment often correlated with lower inflation and even deflation, while low unemployment typically correlated with high inflation. When unemployment is low, there are more open positions than there are workers to fill them. Whereas, as unemployment decreases, there are more people looking for work than there are open positions. This is due to the fact that few firms are employing despite the fact that more people desire jobs. Second, low unemployment and high unemployment. Demand for items increase as more consumers have more money to spend on purchases. The effect is an increase in prices. However, when there is a high unemployment, customers tend to spend less, which is bring down prices and decreases inflation. The last one is impact of political instability. Point number 1. Political instability could lead to a higher unemployment rate. This means high level of uncertainty are the main cause of political instability, which could decrease demand for work and can improve unemployment. Point number 2. There is a war between countries. As a result of the brutal clashes between the Sudan Armed Force and the Rapid Support Forces, business closed, people lost their jobs, and people died. Just that from for me. Thank you.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Farisha Fatim binti Faisal, and I will be presenting about the solution for the issues education, hyperinflation, and lastly for the political stability. The government must increase chances for education at every level to prevent children from quitting school for lack of space, and investment in pre-primary education and integrated early childhood development or ECD as a means to further increasing enrollment into and learning achievement in primary education. And also, UNICEF Sudan have to advocate for the development of a national ECD cross-sectoral strategy to ensure that services for children under 5 are better coordinated. And in addition, UNICEF should provide technical and financial support for the finalization of the ECD policy and development of early learning and development standards. Next is solution for hyperinflation. Sudan's export markets are found to be highly concentrated as evidenced in large shares of the country's top export items. Increase agriculture productivity through a set of keys policy changes in the areas of centralized markets, subsidies, and the promotion of fertilizer usage. Also, build a human capital to support skills-intensive modern services and reduce spatial disparities, especially by increasing education level across the board to address the lack of an educated workforce in Sudan. And lastly is political stability. Controlling youth employment helps to reduce political instability. Policies intended and smoothen the political instability, the specific context of the internal conflict should work on creating job opportunities for the youth. Also, the population growth should be controlled in line with offering jobs.
The conclusion is that Sudan's unemployment rate has been increasing year after year. This matter must be taken seriously in order for their economy to improve. However, this problem can be avoided by creating a specific strategy that gives complete attention to the factor of unemployment. The negative effect between unemployment and economic growth may be corrected using the following policy recommendations, such as the government should encourage different skills development institutions to improve skills of its learners. Skills development programs may increase the chances of the unemployed workforce being employed. One major reason for high unemployment rate is lack of necessary skills needed in the different industry. Thus, investing in skills development programs may help to reduce unemployment, which in turn may improve economic growth.